Good people, good people, good people, good people. Welcome back to Song of the Week. As Bill likes to say, you get the pick and roll offense today. No three-man weave, just a little pick and roll. LeBron down to Kevin Love in the post, maybe even spraying out to the corner for a three. You got Jordan and Dave today. Dave, my brother, what's going on?
Everything's great. Anytime I can be compared to UCLA legend Kevin Love is a good day. So it's wonderful to be here with you, Jordan.
Yes.
We're talking songs of the week, and it's a special one this week because we're actually in the same location physically, which rarely happens. So we are recording this in different rooms of the house, but it's wonderful to be here with you in person, my guy. Always a good week when David and Jordan get to hang out together, especially in LA, of course.
Yes,
Wonderful.
sir. I'm out here in LA. Flew out yesterday. Here for a few days. Just here to kick it, man. Like we just been chilling. We just smashed some In-N-Out burger as LA people do, which was fantastic. It's good to see you and the wife and your dog that does not like me, but
Not yet, not yet. He's coming
not
around.
yet. You got a couple more days for Alfie to warm up to me.
That's right. He's gonna come around. Yeah.
Yeah, a couple more days for Alfie to warm up to me. I do have to ask you, since we're in LA, and I'll give my list also.
Yeah.
But give me your top 5 LA rappers.
Wow. Of all time.
Sure. Yeah, give me all time. Doesn't have to be current. And I'll give you mine too.
Yeah, that can be difficult.
Yeah.
Top 5 LA rappers of all time. I would say uh Kendrick.
Yep.
I would say Ice Cube.
Yep.
I would say Eazy-E.
Okay.
I would say I don't know. It's hard. I'd say probably Tyler. I think Tyler, but
Okay.
before I put Tyler, I would put Earl. Um Earl Sweatshirt.
Yep.
Because like what part of me wants to say the game because the game really did hold down LA for a long time before
Yep.
LA had an uptick of lots of really really talented people, um, Drakeo, etc. But then also I think you got to have like Snoop, probably in the top 5,
Gotta be.
even though he's from Long Beach. If we're being really technical about it,
We're gonna give Snoop LA though.
but I think a lot of people, especially outside of LA, see him as like an LA person. Yeah, I think and then like the real contentious one, the one that's really debatable, I think, is Pac, right? It's Tupac because like he's not from LA, he's not born in Los Angeles, but he was so closely identified with like the West Coast and the beef in the '90s, and um, is a huge part of the culture of LA. His music is a big part of the city. If we're counting Pac as an LA rapper, I would probably include him in the 5. I would definitely include him in the 5. But I feel pretty good about those other 5, unless I'm missing some. I mean, another person that's probably, if not in the 5, is right there is Nipsey. Or R.I.P.
Yep.
Obviously, but he, even before he passed, his impact in the city was really, really significant. He's obviously incredibly talented dudes. Yeah, I don't know. Long answer, but I'd say that's my 5-ish. It's not that
Okay.
was a hard 5. All those people listed, I think, have a real right to be in the mix.
Sure. So I go Pac, and again, as a guy that's not from out here, I just identify Pac as an LA
Yeah,
guy.
I mean, a lot of people do.
He was born out east,
I get it.
and then also lived in Oakland for a while too, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But I don't know. When I think of LA rap, he's one of the first 1 or 2 guys that comes to mind. So for me, Pac's going to be on there. Kendrick's obviously on there. I don't think you can make a list of LA rappers without Kendrick. I go Game. You lived with me for a while in college. I'm a big Game guy.
Sure.
And then I go Snoop and Nipsey after that.
Yeah, I think
Those are my LA 5.
a very fair 5. Yeah, it's a good transition because funny enough, one of those artists that I listed is actually my song of the week this week, which
Okay.
we actually didn't even plan beforehand. You just asked me that kind of off the cuff and
Intuition, dog.
synced exactly. You're in town and we're synced up, so I'll take that as a transition point and get us right into song of the week.
Take it away.
Because of all those phenomenal hometown LA artists. Earl Sweatshirt is one of my all-time favorites. I think he's truly making a case to be one of the greatest, like air quotes, like lyrical MCs or just real masters of the language. Like he really, really is a cut above. Like he's truly a talented individual on that front. His career is really interesting because I don't know if like anti-hero is the right term for it, but like he's kind of consciously chosen to not become like a more pop. I mean, pop is the wrong word also, but more of a mainstream artist than I think he probably could if he wanted to go that route, which Tyler is mainstream because he's kind of made himself mainstream. I don't think he compromises himself to be popular, but he also consciously makes music that's going to be more appealing to non-hip hop fans a lot of the time, right? It's
Yeah.
it's layered, it's complicated, it's interesting. Earl's music is also layered and complicated and interesting, but it's done in a way where you kind of need to be in on the joke, or you need to like surrender yourself to kind of going into this alternate form of hip hop and entertainment, which is not about hooks. It's not about catchy choruses. It's sometimes not even about rhyming all the time, all the way through, but his ability to just constantly shift the topics that what he's talking about, the depth of which he talks about those things, often very introspective about his own mental health, about his own experiences in life, to do that with different flows and different presentations as he's developed as a producer. So like the sounds that he's producing really align with what he's saying as a rapper. He's just such an impressive dude, just such an awesome artist. I really respect him a ton. I love listening to his music. So I could pick a lot of things from Earl, including something off of Live, Laugh, Love, which is his most recent project, which is really, really good. I definitely recommend to listen through of that for anyone who's an Earl fan. But like I do, I'm gonna take it back because for Song of the Week, as we know, I like to get nostalgic with it. And when I'm listening to Earl, I often find myself drifting back to a great project, some rap songs, which is one of my favorites of his. But my all time favorite probably is actually his first solo project, his first project kind of away from Odd Future. He was still really young. He was a teenager, I want to say, when this album came out in 2013. The album is called Doris, and the song I'm going to pick is called Hive, featuring Vince Staples and Casey Veggies. Um, it's just some of the best rapping ever. Like it really, really is. Contemporary anyways. It's some of my favorite examples of just like pure lyricism. From both Earl and Vince, who's a really, by the way, since we're talking about it, Vince is on the very short list, if not the top 5 of. He's also from Long Beach, of course, but LA area rappers. Vince is a super formidable and intimidating rapper in his own right, and lyricist in his own right, who can go toe to toe with the likes of Earl, which he does on this song, which is very impressive.
And Vince, not to cut you off, but Vince like also creeps into the category of just like LA creatives, kind of with Issa Rae and some of those people. Like I think
Yeah,
the pilot episode of season 2 of his show dropped today or yesterday. Like Vince is super, super talented just in general.
crazy talented. And if Bill was on today, he would be right there. He and I for years have really been saying like Vince is just slept on across the board, like you're talking about. He's just a really smart, funny as hell, sharp, witty person, and that translates in his rapping. And so, no disrespect intended by leaving him off my initial go through of this. That was very off top of the head. But anyway, that is fully on display. Both of their ability to flex, lyrically, is on display in this song Hive, which is grimy and like pulsing almost, is kind of like what the beat feels like. There's kind of this like rhythmic like hum to it, which perfectly matches this like grimy, just like it feels like a horror story come to life almost, like is what the song feels like. But then the rapping is so precise and lyrical, like we're talking about. The mix of it is really something else. It's an amazing showcase for both of these guys. It's an amazing debut album. It's not really a debut because the world kind of knew about Earl from his Odd Future days and working with Tyler and Frank Ocean and the rest of that crew. But this album allowed him to kind of, I think, lean into his like this era of him when he was first coming up. A lot of people compared him to MF Doom because of his rhyming style and how he was getting after it. And this album, I think, is him like leaning into that in a real way. And there's just some pockets of rhyming. I was going to go through a couple bars, but I think just go listen to the song and you'll hear it. It's really complex and dense in the same way that Doom's bars are. There's a lot going on, but it's delivered in this just like really cutthroat, easily digestible way. That's yeah, super impressive. And Vince Staples in his verse pronounces Auschwitz, which is a Holocaust concentration camp, which is very dark, but he pronounces it with this like a perfect German accent in this verse, which for whatever reason has always stood out to me in an otherwise really good verse. Also, just a random little thing there from Vince. So yeah, it's a really cool song. Also, just give a quick honorable mention on the same album if you're already listening to it. Listen to the song previous to it, also Sunday, which features Frank Ocean. Really like beautiful and melancholic and kind of like sad, but in a satisfying way. It's a great listen as well. So Hive is the song of the week with a special shout out to Sunday off of Doris by Earl Sweatshirt.
All right, nice, man. Very good pick. Very good pick. So for my song of the week, I decided to go with a little bit of a throwback. I went back to 2009, 2010 area, and the reason I did so is because for the next, I don't know, couple days, we're kind of roommates again, right? Like back in the college days. I should have said this song a long time ago, probably a month or two ago. I said on the podcast it was one where it's just Bill and I said David's got one more chance to hop on, and then I'm stealing this. Like this is a song that David loves, and he's going to be pissed when I say it. But if he doesn't say it, I'm going to steal it because I also love this song. And so my song of the week is going to be Currency, the 70s, off of Jet Files, which is just an incredible album. It's a stroll down memory lane for you and I. I remember specifically the first time I drove back to LA with you after college, and we stopped in Chicago for the weekend to hang out with your buddy that went to Northwestern. And we listened to Jet Files probably the whole weekend that we were in Chicago, on top of like countless other times that we listened to this album. And again, I'm shocked you haven't picked this yet, bro, because this song has, I think this has to be one of your top 5 favorite bars, bro. Heavens to Betsy, somebody catch me, I'm falling. Hopefully I land on both Jordans. I couldn't tell you how many times you said that to me over the course of our friendship. And then I also love Right Back Like I Left My Cell Phone in the Sofa Cushion. So I don't have a ton to say about the song other than it's a dope song. But more importantly, it's from like the dopest era of Currency, Wiz Khalifa. Mac Miller wasn't around yet, but like specifically Currency and Wiz, where they were just making this like very niche genre music where it was kind of just like talking about smoking and cars and women and whatever else. But it was fantastic, like really, really good rap. Currency this is the first of many projects in a row for Currency that was like a really, really strong run in hip hop. Another New Orleans guy. We both love the New Orleans guys. And so this is just a fun one. It's a fun album. I also love Burn Ounce, which is on this album. And I love Take Her Home is probably my favorite song off that album. I love that one. But like I said, I gave you a chance. You had plenty of time to pick this one. You decided not to. It's on you. I'm stealing it. My song of the week, the 70s, Currency off of Jet Files.
Yeah, that's obviously an amazing choice. And you're not wrong in that song was on my short list to pick for song of the week several times because it's always in my rotation.
Yeah.
I listen to Jet Files still regularly all the time. Burning Out is a great song. In and Out, the Dossier, unbelievable song.
Yeah. Different album, but Elevator Music is another one that we both loved.
Unbelievable song. What a run, like you said, like an unbelievable run for Currency. And this was still Jet Files was still in the era before he, had the Pilot Talk 1 and 2, which is when he kind of connected with Ski Beats, which is an unbelievable concoction. Currency's gone on to have an unbelievable collaboration with Alchemist. I mean, he's just the coolest fucking dude, man. He just strikes me as like incredibly chill person. He's an incredibly talented rapper who we were just talking about this organically offline when you were here the other day, or yesterday. Those things you mentioned, like weed, women, and cars, essentially.
Yeah.
He continues to this day, however many years after
he raps about.
Jet Files came out, he still raps about it and makes it interesting and makes it fun and does enough creatively with his flow and presentation and delivery that it's always a good listen and it's always a good vibe. And I'll say this too. Sorry, I know this is your song, but just I love Currency.
Go for it. I threw you the oop. LeBron threw the oop to K Love on this one.
K Love is showing off the limited vert right now. In an era of like, we were just talking about like AI and all this stuff. It's like, what's authentic, what's real, who's paying for streams, who's all this stuff. Currency's a dude that seems to like really live his life based on how he talks about his life. He's like, cares about his kid, being a father. He loves cars. He loves hanging out, having a good time, and people who enjoy the same. And it's like, yeah, man, in this day and age, there's a lot worse things to get behind than that. So it's been Jet Life's for me since like whatever 2008 or something, right. And it remains Jet Life in 2025.
Spitta from the Jets.
Yes, sir.
Spitta, come up on the pod, bro. We need Spitta at least one time. I don't know if Spitta does podcasts, but if he does,
I told you and Bill, if we get Spitta, we do an interview with Spitta. That's like a bucket list item for me. That would be a huge deal. I'd be very, very, very excited about that. And would have I would love to get his perspective and hear, like you were just saying, like we love the New Orleans guys, obviously Lyricism, friend of the channel. Right. And I think, you and I also grew up in an era where Lil Wayne dominated hip hop, and dominated music there for a little while.
Best rapper a lot.
And not that New Orleans hip hop needed to be put on the map because it's foundational, but it took it to a different level where people knew what like Holly Grove, Louisiana was, in across the globe or whatever. And he brought a level of attention not only to himself but to the city and people like Currency who are who used to be a part of Young Money. He was also a part of No Limit. He's had the full New Orleans hip hop experience in so many ways, and I'd love to hear his thoughts on that. So yeah, one day let's manifest it, man. Let's get Spitta going. That'd be great.
Spitta, hit us up, man.
Hit us up, dude.
All right. Well, that's another great episode of Song of the Week, my brother. It's good to be here in LA with you. Yeah. Anything else before we get out of here?
My guy, let's go have some fun tonight.
Yeah, let's go kick it.
All right, we go.
If this is the last episode, you know what happened tonight. we had a rough night in LA. If this is the last one. That's all right. Well, everyone, thank you for watching. Until next time, I'm Jordan. That's David. This is Song of the Week from LA. We're out of here. Peace.